If you've met me anywhere in the last year or two, you've probably seen me wearing this. We want to talk about the Field Trousers. It's probably my favourite of all the trousers that we make at Community Clothing. I designed this trouser from a military standard around about 2014. Why are they called field trousers? Do they live in a field? Well, no, they were worn in the field by serving military. These are the originals. I had 2 pairs of these. I bought my first pair from a vintage shop in Brooklyn that I will never, ever reveal the name of because it's too precious. These trousers I wore for years and years, and there was a particular journalist that convinced me to do a version of them myself. And I did them first for a brand called eTorts, which I designed for many years. And then when we closed eTorts, we ported the Field Trouser over to the Community Clothing range. So what did we do differently? Well, we slightly reshaped them, but not dramatically. We kept that amazing pocket feature. We got rid of this little tab and button on the side because it was sort of unnecessary. They do have a tab and button on the bottom. Got rid of that too. We didn't need the braces buttons. And these little loops that the braces sit inside are really cute. But again, it's an extra feature. The originals were button fly. We've made ours with a zip. But there they are. Those are the originals. The shape is pretty much the same. This is it. It is a big, loose-fitting, straight-legged, quite high-waisted trouser. It's wide at the bottom, it's wide at the top, it's super, super relaxed. You can wear it all sorts of different ways, but the whole overall vibe of these trousers is just one that's super easy. You know, after years and years of skinny trousers, we're getting into the era of wide again, and these trousers are a great part of that. In terms of the fabric, it's made in a 310-gram pure cotton drill from Brisbane Moss. It is fantastically hard wearing. It's heavy, but it doesn't feel heavy to wear. Because there's just so much air flowing around your legs, they feel really, really comfortable in all sorts of heat, and they just drape fantastically well. It also ages in a really, really lovely way. I'm going to show you a pair of olive ones, and you will see what I mean. So these I have been wearing for 5 or 6 years now. This is the kind of patination you get on this fabric. It ages just in a really, really nice way. It just breaks down in a way that's really, really pleasing. These ones have probably been washed just a couple of times, so they've not yet started to fade, but they will break down in a way that's really, really nice. Let's talk a little bit about the construction. There's something interesting about the way these field trousers are made. You'll notice that there isn't actually a separate waistband. So this is one piece, and we just have a waistband sewn onto the inside. It's just one less point of failure. But we also have these great big darts on the back through the pocket, which give them a really, really nice shape. The belt loops are extra wide. Why? Well, it just holds your belt in place a little bit better. Everybody in the modern world of clothing is trying to save money wherever they can. One of the ways they save money is just by making everything skinnier and smaller and tighter and neater. We don't do that. This little bar tack on the edge, I think, is just a really, really nice detail. So we've got a double reinforcement on the edge of this pocket mouth, and the shape of that pocket mouth is just an interesting curve. Again, it's a detail that you don't get on everything. Button close, very, very simple, robust, welt pockets on the back. What is great is that we run and fell the seams on both sides. What is a run and felled seam? Well, a lot of inexpensive chinos will be made just by overlocking the seams together. Overlockers are quick and easy, but they don't give you a very strong seam. This run and fell seam here is essentially, it's 2 rows of stitching holding an interlocked, folded over edge, which is then double stitched across the top. Gives you a fantastically strong seam. But it, of course, is more difficult to do and more time consuming. But it's just one of those things that we do in our trousers that give them just a little bit of extra quality. We do an olive, and this is an old olive. So this olive has had, you know, dozens of washes. You can see how it fades. Box fresh, obviously, it's a load brighter. This is a brand new pair of the stone. Fantastically versatile. All these colours work together. Navy and olive, olive with RAF, RAF with the stone, stone with the blue. It all just works really, really nicely together. Broadly, this is how I tend to wear my field trousers now. I just do a little double turn at the bottom, so it's not changing the shape of the leg. I like the wide leg at the moment. For years and years, I did it differently, though. So I just fold the bottom of the trouser in over itself about 1.5 inches, I guess. And what I do is I fold it from the centre out. So I fold it in a different direction on each leg, fold it once, fold it twice, fold it a third time. What it does obviously there is it shortens the trouser a little bit, but it also changes the shape. It tapers it in, gives it that really nice sort of carroty shape, just changes the appearance again of how it sits with your shoe. Obviously here I'm wearing them with a really old pair of pretty well battered classic Vans slip-ons. I think they work great with something really, really casual, but they're great with all sorts of shoes. So we've switched it up just to a simple pair of classic Red Wing boots. You could get away with any sort of boot, really. A military-looking boot, a smarter boot, a Derby boot, Dr. Martin, any sort of boot is going to look nice with these trousers in this kind of rolled up way. Because they're such a loose fit and they're such an airy, sort of comfortable, loose trouser, they're actually really great as a summer trouser. Rolled up, you can wear them with a sandal, you can wear them with a flip-flop, you can wear them with an espadrille kind of shoe. I mean, you might not imagine that they work very well as a formal trouser, but I think you'd just about get away with it. So, you know, this is obviously a chunkier, heavier leather shoe. It's a pretty advanced formal trouser, but, you know, imagine it with a shirt, maybe a bit of a jacket. And this is an absolute go-to look for me. The community clothing Parlick trainer in the two-tone blue with a navy field trouser and an RAF t-shirt. I mean, if you've met me anywhere in the last year or two, you've probably seen me wearing this. They're great with a pair of trainers. You can wear them with a more modern-looking trainer. They look great with just a simple t-shirt, whether it's a kind of mid-fitting t-shirt like this, or a slimmer one, or a more relaxed one. Great with a relaxed shirt, something like our Jerome, one of our rugby shirts. Our rugby shirts are a nice, big, loose, boxy shape, which again lends itself to being worn with these trousers. Great with a chore jacket. Fantastic with one of our loose-fitting overcoats. Our Frank Trench has got a really nice shape. That loose-fitting, slightly A-line raincoat with that wide leg just looks terrific. This factory, where today Community Clothing make these trousers, and in fact all of our trousers, was in fact a major supplier to the British Army from the 1930s until 2009. So in this factory, we made British Army combat clothes like the field trouser for years and years and years and years. So that's it, that's your field trouser. That's the story behind it, that's the way it fits, that's some of the stuff you can wear it with. They've been my go-to trousers for getting on for 15 to 20 years now, and I've had no complaints.